Alright, so this week we have a special guest. Me. Who am I?
That's Hayden.
Hayden?
Archibald.
No. I'm his girlfriend. I don't like you. Go out in public, make people think we're not together. Okay, so I've never done one of these videos before. So, apparently we have questions that we're supposed to answer this week. One of them being... Question. Okay, it's one question.
Topic.
It's a topic, one question. I think there's multiple parts to this, though. I think it's a multiple part question. Anyway, Xander, do you think gender identity and sexuality are the same thing, or are they separate?
This question always makes me angry.
Why?
Well, because your gender identity doesn't define your sexuality, and your sexuality doesn't define your gender identity.
Exactly. Exactly.
They're two very separate things.
Lots of people get them confused, but
yeah.
The fact that they have two different names, I think, should indicate that they're two different things. It's a good hint, you think?
Little bit. Well, sexuality is more like who you're attracted to, as gender identity is what you define yourself as. And they're two very different things.
Right. You know, just because you're trans doesn't mean if you're like, say, an FTM, just because you're an FTM doesn't mean you're automatically going to be attracted to women once your process is complete or your transition is done. Like, I know plenty of trans guys who started off straight and ended up as the term has to be, if they're a man now that they're gay because they're with another man. So
yeah, I think I've come across more FTMs who are gay than straight. Same with M2Fs. I've come across more lesbians than straight girls. I don't think I've actually met a straight girl yet.
Oh yeah, that was the next part of the question. Can trans people be gay or lesbian? Is heterosexuality really the default, or is it just what society wants us to think? Yes, it's just what society wants you to think. Do whatever you want. Nobody defines you but you. You do you.
Well,
it's really, I think it's all about your personal perception of yourself. Like, nobody can tell you what you are and what you're not.
The default as in, like, well, we're programmed to want to mate with the other sex so that our species remains
I don't
dominant.
believe that. I don't believe that either. I think everyone's attracted to everyone, and society just teaches you and puts you in like a little box of what you can and can't like. I think when you're born, like, if you didn't teach the baby would go off and just not care about gender or have to identify as anything.
I agree with that, but, like, how do you explain the getting later on in life and getting clucky?
Getting clucky. Okay. Well, I'm not really up on your Australian slang, so I don't know. I don't even know what that means. Get clucky.
Getting clucky means to want to pop children out of your vagina. Your vagine.
Okay, again, vagine. Anyway.
That wasn't Australian slang, that was Borat slang.
I know. Is it normal to be any other sexuality other than heterosexual? Yes,
normal.
Obviously.
Everyone has homosexual tendencies. It's just a...
Animals do, people do.
Even people who, like, straight.
Straight doesn't exist, as we all know. We've got the scale. We've got the scale to prove it. No one's a 1, no one's a 5.
Like, even people who... I think it's just circumstantial. I think everyone has the potential to be with the same gender or the opposite gender. It just depends on whether they encounter someone who's right at the right time. It just...
Hence the phenomenon of the straight girl who doesn't usually do this. You must just be really that 1 in a million girl. Anyway.
Yeah, because they don't just say that.
No, of course.
No,
they would never.
I've never done this before, Hayden.
I've never done this. What are you doing? I don't like girls. That leads to the awkward talk after. Okay, so I know what happened last night, but I actually don't really like girls. Like, we can't do that again. And then, you know, the next next day they come to your door.
girls in front of boys.
I was just really drunk and curious. I was just really drunk and curious. Anyway.
Yeah.
We're not gonna go into that. Next part, yeah? Okay. Do all trans men start out as lesbian or as lesbians? Or is this just a myth? That is a myth. That is a myth. Just because, again, gender, sexuality, nothing to do with each other, totally separate things. I mean, they can overlap in certain circumstances, but for the most part, gender, sexuality, different. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There are just, these are just ideas I want you to explore. Okay. Well,
I tried to tell you that.
I'm sorry. I didn't get that far. I got to there.
I explained this to you.
I love you too. Anyway.
Oh yeah, sorry, being absent, being in America, you know.
I'm sick.
She
woke
made
up
me.
in a pool of sweat. And then he pushed me in it. Gross. Disgusting.
Yeah,
You can still see the mark if you want to see the mark. You smelled a little bit. You smelled a little bit sweaty.
Yeah, I imagine.
I'm just saying. Well, I've only ever watched one of your videos, so I don't know how they close.
I have my own theme music. That's how they close.
Oh, like Pokemon?
No.
Can we have special theme music because I'm your guest?
No.
I want my own special theme music. Do you think I should get my own special
No.
theme music?
You don't get your own theme music.
That hurts my feelings, Xander.
You don't get your own theme music.
That hurts my feelings.